You think that shit's real?
Voted Monday to keep it legal.
Who would do that? Who would do that? Who would campaign for? That's
They
the most.
fucking did it,
That
Bravo,
is the craziest
and
shit
you
ever.
can't fucking admit they're fucking killing already born kids. So you're telling me it isn't real when they had a fucking vote in the goddamn fucking Senate?
That's a conspiracy theory.
I am ready to beat your
That's a
fucking ass.
conspiracy
You
theory.
think you're fucking tough? You're about to get it. Bullshit! They're killing already born babies. Stop fucking lying. God fucking damn it. I'm getting pissed now.
Greetings and welcome. Welcome to Papa's house. Today is an exciting day in the history of Papa John's. Come on in, we'll talk about it.
That was the infamous Alex Jones ranting about dead babies. Yeah, believe it or not, Alex Jones is ranting about dead babies now. But you know, everyone talks about what they find is relatable. And just like dead babies, Alex Jones is one himself. You heard it here first, folks. Alex Jones is a dead baby. So yeah, that was from the recent Joe Rogan podcast, which ran around 4.5 hours long, and I didn't listen to it. I haven't listened to it yet, but I love Joe Rogan because he gets all these characters on his show, such as Alex Jones. So here we are, celebrating episode 10. Right? Is this episode 10? This is episode 10. I've made it this far. 10 episodes. This thing has been going on for around 10, 11 weeks. I took a week off. And I just wanted to share one of my inspirations for why I started podcasting. Joe Rogan, of course. None other than Joe Rogan. Just so much education on his show. Like, you know, he gets people like Alex Jones on, and no, but for reals, he gets some smart people on. I don't listen to those ones, though. The ones where he has other comedians and stuff, those are good. So, yeah, he is one of my big inspirations for this whole thing, along with other people like Bobby Lee. I've been listening to him for a long time, his podcast, Tiger Belly. And then also Ethan Klein's podcast with his wife, Ela Klein, the H3 podcast. You know, I see all these people doing it from their homes, and some of them have studios and stuff, and I think that's so cool. I thought, why couldn't I do that? And then I realized I could do that, so I decided, why not start? You know, just dedicate a little bit of time once a week, and just talk, do funny things. This is what what inspires me are these podcasts, these really good ones that are really funny, and I get to learn more about people. We all do, and it's really just a good time podcast. So I want to be that person. I want to be the vessel of good times. So this is your boy, DJ Poop Monster, the vessel of good times. I hope that gets soundbited one day in the future. But yeah, you know what tastes just as bad as dead babies is Panera. Has anyone ever been to Panera before? Yes, you have. Has anyone enjoyed Panera? No, they haven't. So here's the backstory, right? Well, this past weekend, right? Also the name of a podcast. But this past weekend, on Saturday, I had a jazz band competition, right? It was a long day. It was a good day. We got first place. So my family was like, yeah, let's go out to eat. And they were like, Lucille's. And I'm thinking, I've been out all day. I don't want Lucille's. Let's just drive through Mickey D's, take it home, take it slow. But no, we had to go to Lucille's. So my dad was like, can you run in and go check the time, the wait time? And I'm like, I can see the line from here. Do we have to? Can we go somewhere else? And he's like, wow, you're really going to disrespect me like that? I was like, sorry, Dad. Sorry, whatever. So, kind of sarcastic. No disrespect, man. It was just a long day. I honestly didn't care. I didn't want Lucille's. So I go up, and we're like, we have 4 people. How long is it going to be? And the lady said, it's going to be about 55 minutes. She didn't sound like that. She didn't sound like Minnie Mouse or anything. She was like, it's going to be 55 minutes. So in my head, I thought, how did I know? How did I know? So the next option, not very favorable in my opinion, was Panera. And I was like, Panera. I'd been to Panera before. I didn't like it too much, but maybe it would be fine this time. Maybe it wouldn't be that bad. So we go and I look at the menu and I go, what a boring menu. What a boring, absolutely just kind of not great menu. So I look at what seems fancy. What seems fancy? I want the most of whatever you've got. Because I knew they wouldn't give out large portions. This is the kind of place you take your grandma. Because, grandma doesn't eat too much. So you take grandma and, she gets her little soup and she's happy and you pretend like you're happy because grandma's happy. It seemed like one of those places. So I was like, all right, give me what's fancy, what's good. So I decided on a tomato grilled cheese sandwich. Maybe that was the problem. Because it seemed like it was ambitious and fancy, but it just totally wasn't. It was just like a grilled cheese with tomato in it. I was like, this doesn't work. Like watery tomato and then like cheese and oh man, it just wasn't good. So I wasn't happy, right? I got that. I got a drink and some chips. And that's what they think a meal is, a sandwich split in half. And for some reason they give you the option to only order half of a sandwich. Which is ridiculous because it's already a regular sandwich. It's so small and unfulfilling. And then you get their special little chips. It's chips and sandwich, bro. What kind of restaurant is that? Let's see. I wrote something down about it. I said it tastes like a sandwich your Uncle Larry, who just started cooking at age 45, made. You're in Sacramento, right? And hey, Uncle Larry. And you have Aunt Charlene, and Aunt Charlene's, she always makes a fine meal. But Uncle Larry started cooking recently and wants to make you lunch. So you're like, all right, is it going to be roofied? What's up? But no, it's just a regular old sandwich with some chips. Honestly, Panera, what's stopping me from having my Uncle Larry make me a sandwich? Or even myself making me a sandwich. So Panera is ridiculous. I could have made what they made me for 2 times the quality and half the price. To be honest. And I'm trying to think who would like a place like that. Like, what makes that enjoyable? I honestly don't know. Because I saw a young family there, like some young adults, their little kids. And then I saw a wider ranged age family, you know what I mean? Like a grandma, mom, son. And then I just saw these 2 random dudes, like, hacking something on their computers. I don't know, there was all that green text in black, and they weren't saying anything. They weren't eating anything. They were just typing away on their... I'm eating my tomato sandwich and chips. Like, what are they doing here? I didn't know. This girl walked in by herself, had her own water. So I honestly, I don't know what's up with Panera. A better sandwich place, if you want that kind of like fancy sandwich. Because Panera, they were trying to be like fancy sandwiches. But it's totally not fancy sandwiches. Like, just totally not. So if you want something like that, those grilled, nice, good sandwiches, go on over to Stefano's in Yorba Linda by Chili's and the recently opened Jersey Mike's. In Stefano's, you can get a nice, fulfilling, tasteful sandwich. And if you want it cheesy, they'll make it cheesy too. It's all good. It's all the best stuff. In a sandwich, you get like their whole sandwiches are pretty big, so they cut them in half and then they stack them on top of each other. Like you can take it off, but when you get it, you just see this monolith of a delicious cheesy sandwich, and you go like, oh yeah, That's what I want. That is what I want. And I'm pretty sure they come with some kind of side, but I forget. And they have salads too, and they have nice salads. Nice salads. Nice soup too. Those little dessert things, what are they called? Look like those, they look like the SpongeBob cheeseburger gummies. A macaroon. They have macaroons and stuff. They gave me those on my birthday. But that's because they forgot my order. And I told them, I was like, it's my birthday and you guys forgot about my order. Like, I'm just kind of sad, you know. I love your guys' sandwiches, but I'm just kind of sad. Anyway, better than Panera, right? Better than Panera. Did not like Panera. And today, I had Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's was a fantastic experience. I love Jersey Mike's because you get it's like, you know, Subway is okay. Better than Panera, right? Not as good as Stefano's. But then you get Jersey Mike's, man. Jersey Mike's is like the fast food Stefano's. Like, you want a nice quality meat and cheeser. I always get the number 13, the Italian. Or as my dad calls it, the Italian. Because the I and Italian are separated in his mind. I don't know. So yeah, I just like the number 13 is so good. The Italian, it comes with like 3 different kinds of meats, and you get the cheese, and you get it Mike's Way. And if you don't know what Mike's Way is, it's when they put like, they get like onions and lettuce and like oil and vinegar, and it's just, it's so good. It's so tasty. And today I had Jersey Mike's, but I didn't get the number 13. I decided to get something else. And you know what? I took my chance, and it was great. It was even at a new one. This Jersey Mike's I went to just opened. And it was still, the quality was there. Much better than Panera. So I would highly suggest that you don't go to Panera. And if you're going to go to Panera, don't invite me unless you're ready to make a quick stop at Jersey Mike's or Stefano's. Just a quick stop. I'll just go in, grab it to go. We can eat together, you know. But no, I'm not eating Panera. I'm never going to eat Panera. I'm going to do a Panera protest. So yeah, sandwiches are another thing to add to the list of food items Jake Flores liked. It all started with bagels. You know, with every great food item, there's an equally opposite bad food item. Just like Newton's whatever that law is, Newton's second law, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, because it's true. It's absolutely true. For every great bagel, there's a bad tater tot. For every good Jersey Mike's, there's a bad Panera. It's just how life works. So yeah, I mean, I wanted this episode to go longer, but I don't really know what to talk about. I don't really have any other notes. We should just keep it nice and natural, you know, regular. Sorry about that if that made a noise. That was unpleasant. So yeah, it's been quite the times. This past weekend was really busy for me. I mean, my week started probably, let's say, I'm going to say 9 days ago. Last Saturday, right? Today's Monday. Is that 9 days? Something like that. And I was at Knott's all day. Didn't get to bed until like 12 maybe. Next day, had to wake up, go to church for some reason. I didn't want to be there. I didn't have to be there. But I was there until 12. From like 8 to 12. I was like, so tired, man. Just want to go home. But I had to go to a set after that for my film class. So I did that. We were there all day. I was there until 11. I didn't get home until late. I didn't get to bed until 1. Speaking of bed, sleep sounds really good right now. It's like 10 something. 10:45. I'll get to bed earlier than last night. But yeah, I got to bed late. And then on Monday, I had to get to school early because it's a late start Monday, but zero period starts earlier. So you get a longer zero period, which was miserable. So it made my day longer, my school day longer. And then afterwards, I had a winter drumline practice, Oh my god, that wore the crap out of me. So that was pretty much, when my week started. Just absolute chaos. Not getting to bed until late. Just being tired, being hungry. And on Friday, I had a long rehearsal after school. And then on Saturday, this weekend that just went by, I had a jazz band competition, but I didn't have to wake up early for that because we didn't have to get there until like 3 something. So I didn't even set an alarm. I was like, I know I'll wake up before 12, right? So I did. I woke up at like 9 something. It felt good. No alarm. I was just easing my way, watching YouTube, went downstairs, ate a little foodie food. Then I got ready, did the jazz competition, and then we won. We got first place out of 2 other Jazz 1 bands, and we're a Jazz 3 band. So that's like, that's impressive for us. This was our first time performing, and our director always told us, we were better than most Jazz 3 bands, and it really showed, but we still need to put in more work. So that was a good, successful day. That felt good. And I got to bed at a moderate hour, and then, actually, no, I didn't. It was kind of late. I can't remember. The next day was a winter drumline competition, and I had to be up at like 8, which isn't too bad. Like usually I wake up at 6, so I woke up at 8. I was bright. I was chappy. Is that a word? Chippy. I was bright and nice and chippy and ready for a good day. And it was a nice long full day of hanging out with my friends, having a good time. Doing the winter drumline show, packing up and setting up those shows are so much fun. Or at least our show. It's just exhilarating. And then we do the actual show. And it's so relaxing. And when everything goes right, it just feels so good. And we got first place. And then we were able to watch other shows. And it was really great. It was just a beautiful day. And it tipped off the weekend quite well. And now I'm here on Monday. I almost starved to death today. That sucked. Because I didn't have any breakfast because I woke up kind of late. And then I didn't have any lunch because of DMAA pictures. And then after school I had rehearsal. But then I got Jersey Mike's, so it was all good. And I overstuffed myself. Which is fine. Because so from August to 2017... From August to 2017, from August 2017 to August 2018, I stayed the same weight. It probably fluctuated, but I was 150 pounds in 2017, 150 in 2018, which was like, interesting. But I got taller. So in reality, I guess I lost weight technically, I don't know. But then I recently weighed myself, and I'm like 140 something, and I'm taller too. So all this exercise has really got me crazy. We're right in the middle of competition season, tons of rehearsals. I'm in a regular jazz band, a winter drumline, and a combo band, and we've all got rehearsals during the week. It's just absolute chaos. Absolute chaos, but it's so much fun. Like, without all these programs I'm in, I would just be sitting on my butt, doing nothing, like, not being successful. And it feels so good to be successful. Like, I keep wanting more, like, I want more sleep, or I guess I want less, I want more sleep, and I just want more breaks. But it's like, this last weekend, just 2 first place in a row really opened up my eyes, like, this is the reward that you're getting, being with your friends, doing what you like to do, and being successful. Like, it's amazing. But my brain just keeps telling me, like, you just gotta keep working. Don't stop working. So it's gonna be weird when all of this comes to an end sometime. Within the next 4 years, all of this will be over. Which will be crazy. But hopefully I'll be doing other things, more things, even, maybe, if I can handle it. So yeah, I hope this is inspiration. I'm not trying to brag. Just like realize what your successes are, and you won't realize that they motivate you until you think about it. Like, you really have to think, how is this motivating me? And then if you can realize, like, oh, I got first place, at this thing, or I was successful at doing this, and then you're able to realize, well, I really enjoy doing that, and I'm doing it with good people. That is the life that I feel like everyone should live. That is a healthy life of realizing your successes and being happy about it. And so I'm so happy and stable right now. It just feels so good. It's an amazing, amazing thing. And it's just, I love life. I love living life. And I love meeting new people too. So if you ever want to, talk, hang out, feel free to just come up to me. If we go to the same school. If you're like homeless or something, don't just walk up to me. Well, I mean, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. But who's going to be homeless and listening to this? You get the point. Like, I just don't want some random people walking up to me. So yeah, man. It's so weird. That intro had nothing to do with this episode. Like, absolutely nothing. Besides, I kind of tied in. Like, hey, yeah, we're celebrating 10 episodes. I wanted a funny clip, but something that related to, like, the podcasts that have inspired me. So yeah. Right now I've been listening to a lot of Your Mom's House, which is amazing. I can't wait for the next episode. I don't know what it'll be, but it's just like these really long episodes of just hilarity. Just so funny. So funny. So good. They play like all these really dumb clips that are just hilarious, and they do poop and fart jokes, and it really connects me with my inner self. It's hosted by two comedians, Tom Segura, Christina Pazitsky, and honestly, it's just so inspiring seeing where they took their platform. And honestly, I don't really see myself really taking off with this podcast, but it kind of makes me happy that if I do want to try and take off with this, if all else fails, if I don't find myself to be successful in the long term at other things, this is like a resort. And then you guys enjoy it, even these, smaller episodes. So one day maybe we'll go visual again, and it'll go on iTunes, and I'll have a nice setup. Like, I see that. But most importantly, this is kind of like a backfall. But I'm still putting, time and energy. I'm making the thumbnails and stuff. That's fun. Those Photoshop thumbnails. But yeah. I haven't been playing Tycoon Lagoon recently. What's that game called? Roller Coaster Tycoon. But I've got a lot of money saved up in that game because I haven't been playing it. I remember I talked about that a while ago. Completely unrelated, but maybe I should reminisce on past episodes. Like, remember the failed special episode for February? Yeah, that was bad. I recorded probably half an hour worth of a special episode with friends. Like, we got this whole thing. It was almost like this team. It was me and like a few other guys, and then my friend was sort of curating everything and getting the B camera side. So yeah, that episode, it didn't work out because I forgot to turn the microphone on. So we had to reshoot it, and it turned into couch talk, which wasn't that bad. I got a really nice comment. Someone left. They said they wanted more of that. So maybe the special episode each week, or not each week, but once a month, about, could be a couch talk with some of my favorite folks. Tell me if you guys might want that. I don't know. I'm pretty busy doing other things. And if you guys want me to talk more about what I'm busy with, That would be cool. If you want me to really nerd out about certain things, I totally can. Like, since the last time I left you, I watched the movie Her. And that movie is, that was a great movie. Directed by Spike Jonze, right? I always get Spike Jonze and Spike Lee confused. Because Spike is a very uncommon name. But two very famous directors share it. So yeah, Spike Jonze. Yeah, Spike Jonze. Directed and wrote a movie starring Joaquin Phoenix and Amy Adams and Scarlett Johansson and Rooney Mara. In a beautiful movie about love. It's a very good movie. Super well shot. It uses colors masterfully. Like most movies use colors as a palette, but they use colors more physically with, like, you would call it like a practical effect, meaning something that's legitimately on screen. So there's like actual, like, it's hard to describe, where you can film, like, say you film a scene, it has a blue hue over it, right? So it would use blue. But for Her, they film everything with, sorry, something's going on outside my door, I don't know what. But they film, like, say a scene, they want a red hue, they use physically red things in the shot, like red walls, or red windows, or red, whatever. Red lights. It's really cool the way they do this throughout the whole entire movie. It uses, reds and whites brilliantly. And part of that, I believe, is the production designer. And I don't know what that guy's known for, but it was pretty good. And then the cinematographer. And the cinematographer is amazing. Hoyt van Hoytema, who's one of my favorite, or one of my biggest inspirations, who's Oscar nominated for Dunkirk, which received many Oscars itself. And he uses IMAX amazingly. And he just shoots all these movies. So beautiful. But with that, we're hitting the half-hour mark. So that was just a little tease of what I can nerd out about. And I could really go into specifics. Like, I could probably spend a whole episode talking about one movie or something. With a friend, obviously. It would be boring if it was just me. So yeah, you guys have made it this far. I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me. Episode 10, this is a huge milestone for me. This podcast could be greater, I admit. But this is sort of just a backfall where if all else fails, I'm just going to come here and we're really going to push this thing. So it has the potential, but as of now, it's just going to be me in my room, recording by myself, talking about whatever I want to talk about. So yeah, thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you, Haley, for the bagels that you gave me today. Highly appreciative of that. And yeah, thank you everyone else who supported this. I really, 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 really appreciate it. So if you guys want to contact me, if you want to follow me on any social media, see what I'm up to, go to the links down below in the description. Next episode, who knows what I'm going to do? No one knows. It's unpredictable. So yeah, be ready in the future for an episode live from Hawaii. Maybe even ones during marching season next year, or during championships this year for Winter Drumline or a jazz festival. Who knows? It's going to be great. So thank you guys all for being beautiful people. I love you guys. Remember, check for brown spots. Have a great day. Captain Poopy Pants, out.
And welcome. Welcome to Papa's house. Today is an exciting day in the history of Papa John's. Come on in, we'll talk about it.